Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Chelsea. You know that. I know that. And I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. And y'all know that I have quite a lot of opinions about the serial con artist Elizabeth Teckenbrock. So much so that we have a full limited series, 2 seasons full of interviews, receipts, facts, testimonies, audio recordings, all those things, wherever you get your podcasts. It is on YouTube now too. However, I would say, actually, let me correct myself, not wherever you get your podcast, because another goblin that I've dealt with for quite some time now, about like a year now, named Uriel Bromberg, unfortunately, he's also a serial impersonator, but he somehow was successful at getting the Elizabeth podcast taken off of Spotify, which is so crazy. We've appealed it. We've talked to people at Spotify and just haven't heard anything back yet. And it's pretty infuriating, but we're still going. We are still going, still moving, still grooving, if you will. But you can listen to that other places where you get podcasts, including YouTube as well. So you can listen to that. Please do. I will have it linked in my description box. Yikes. That's an update that a lot of people have been wanting. I may possibly do like a full video on what Uriel Bromberg has been up to for the past year and how he's impersonating a lawyer now and like been trying to get my videos taken down for quite some time. It doesn't work, but somehow he was successful with the Spotify of it all. Anyways, leaked nudes. I know, right? Crazy.
I got the crazy factor down, and I'm telling you it is.
The topic of this video is pretty heavy. It's a bit spooky. I know. You know what else is spooky? Debt. It's slow, it accumulates, it doesn't make noise, and it multiplies until you feel like you're drowning and there's no way out. I've been there. And at that time, I wish that I had something like the sponsor of today's video, which is PDS Debt. Whether you're struggling with credit card bills, personal loans, or medical bills, PDS Debt has custom options to help you get out of debt. They understand that not everyone's financial situation is the same, and so they don't have cookie cutter options for you. They look past the numbers and create a personalized plan for you and for your unique situation. The best thing is there isn't a minimum credit score required. They're here to help you save more, pay off your debt faster, and keep your money where it belongs, in your account. Every month you wait, it costs you more in fees and interest. So don't waste any time. It only takes about 30 seconds to complete the free assessment on pdsdebt.com. So to get started today and keep more of your money, go to pdsdebt.com/Suarez. That's pdsdebt.com/Suarez. And thank you again, PDS Debt, for sponsoring this video. So let's talk about this. So Elizabeth Teckenbrock, unfortunately, someone did leak a nude of her in the comment section of one of her videos on TikTok. Now, we're going to get into that in a second. However, I do think that we need to just show the Liz cycle again, that little graphic. I did make an updated one where the words are easier to read, so sorry about that. But Liz posted an apology within the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I think it was like 2 weeks. And it's this weird voiceover apology video over like old TikTok videos of hers. And her voice is like so meek and like innocent sounding. And it sounds like she's hiding under covers, like doing this. And it's so obnoxious.
Some of you know me as Elizabeth, and some of you know me as the Cupcake Mom. Some of you know me through joy and through chaos and through things I've shared online and through things I should have never lied about. Today, I want to speak as Liz to you guys, not the version that I tried to sell and not the version of me that I always pretended to be. Just me, and I need to say that I'm sorry.
It was up for like a day and then she deleted it. Or it seems that she deleted it. She could have archived it or put it at like friends only or something like that. But that's absurd. That is absurd.
I want to say that I'm sorry for Mr. Powell. I'm sorry to his family. I'm sorry for the damage that I caused him. I'm sorry for lying about my health. That was wrong, and it was unfair to people who actually suffer and the people that loved me. And I take full responsibility for that. There is no I was trying to get out, so I lied. There is no I was escaping a situation, so I lied. The truth is, I was long lying before I ever needed to escape any situation.
It's really interesting that she's like, I want to say I'm sorry to Mr. Powell and the damage I caused and for lying about my health. She's saying that she shouldn't do blanket apologies, but these are still very vague. And you're not saying sorry for taking a bunch of money from him. Like, that's wild. That's crazy.
To McKay, I'm sorry for my lies, for the position that I set you in all the time. for the weight that I caused you to carry that was never yours.
Again, not specific. Sorry to McKay for her lies and the position she put you in. Are you sorry for telling McKay that you're convincing her that you were like involved in a drug cartel and like just leaving her with your kids? And like, she's a great person and she loves those kids, but like, so like realistically, they're in better hands with McKay than they are with Liz. But you did that. And then like, what about catfishing her? Is that the situation you put her in? Is that what you're apologizing for? Again, wild. Also, if you're wondering, no, she posted this on the internet. She has not apologized to these people, like face to face. And obviously she can't apologize face to face to McKay because she doesn't live here anymore, but she is not, and I'm sure probably none of them want to see her, but like she has not apologized to them. In my opinion, this is just for the internet.
I need to say I'm sorry to my oldest daughter's dad. I'm sorry for anything that you ever had to do that involved me. You've always been a great dad and picked up the pieces when I could not. And my own problems should have never been your burden.
I'm sorry for anything that you've had to do that involved me. Girl, and yeah, he has been a great dad. How about you apologize for, when was it, last year or the year before? I can't remember what year it was, but she faked a heart attack to get out of seeing her kid, like to get out of like parental responsibilities. So she's like, yeah, I'm in the ICU. I had a heart attack. No, you didn't, Liz. Never had a heart attack.
I'm sorry for the people that felt that they needed to ruin their own lives, careers, and peace to push back at me online. No one wins when things get this far. I never wanted that kind of destruction, but my actions helped create it.
Also, what does that even mean? I'm sorry for the people who ruined their own lives, peace, and careers to feel like they have to push back on me online. Who has ruined their life by calling you out online? To my knowledge, no one has ruined their life by calling you out online or ruined their career. Was that an apology to Rachel for like all the emotional distress that you've caused her? Like, it just doesn't, I shouldn't try to make sense of it. The fact that she's saying this over like multiple videos of her twerking is so just like dystopian. I can't.
I want to make something clear that no one deserves what I've put people through. Not then, not ever, and not now. This is not a sympathy post or a rebrand. This is me taking the first step publicly without excuses to say that I'm sorry.
The first step publicly without excuses to say I'm sorry. You deleted this video. You deleted this. So like rinse and repeat, girl. That's all. It's just over and over again. Like, what even was that video from? Like, as someone who says that they are an influencer and like that's their job, she sucks at her job. Oh my gosh. This woman, this is wild. And also like no mention of Jason, just only mentions of Mr. Powell. Again, I think it's because those are names that like people know. And a lot of people, unless you've listened to the podcast, you don't necessarily know Jason's whole story. And even in the podcast, we didn't cover his entire story because it's just super long. We'll get into that in a full-length docuseries. But I think the only reason she mentioned Mr. Powell is because that's more recent, but then also because a lot of people, like she hasn't necessarily like admitted to the stuff that she did to Jason, how she exploited him for so long and lied to him for so long. So, you know, also I think that video might have been like a little like old, like the first part of it, I feel like might have been a little bit older. And then she maybe just like slapped that last little piece on there at the end is what I think she possibly did to make it look more recent.
I am Liz, the girl that you've seen many versions of, and the girl that has pretended to be something she's not. Want a chance at a different life and a better life, but not one where I just get to escape hurting the people that I have. I can't run from that because that isn't making things right for them. I want a new life, but based on consistency, change, and truth. I know that apologies don't erase harm, but they are where accountability starts. And it's time for me to take mine. I genuinely am so sorry.
But either way, I'm getting the vibe that that was a much older video and the voiceover was done earlier, potentially before, you know, we had released the videos about Jason and before like people knew all of this. So yikes, big yikes. So that was about like a week and a half-ish before, I think my concept of time recently is like really messed up. So sorry if I get that wrong, but that was about a week and a half-ish before someone posted a nude of Liz in her comment section of one of her videos. And here is a very censored screenshot of that. Now, I do want to say, I think one, it's important to show that, obviously censored, but to show that because the like narrative that she's twisting in a bit, we'll get to in a second, but that's why I want to show this first. I got a lot to say about it because that's horrible. That's disgusting. You should not do that. I don't know of anyone that is involved. Well, I know of, but like, I don't work with anyone or associate myself with anyone who would think that that's okay, because it's not. And that's disgusting and horrible and really just invalidates, in my opinion, your argument in regards to like calling out her behavior. Like, that's not okay. So one thing I find really interesting is that the picture that was posted is a screenshot from a conversation where it seems as though it's a screenshot from an iMessage conversation from the iMessage app on a computer, laptop or desktop, whatever. But those screenshots look different than when you screenshot it on your phone. So that's the first thing. And then also it's good morning and then a nude, which slay girl, love that. I've done that before too. My husband goes to work and then I wake up and I'm like, let me just send you a little something. Okay. Love that. Absolutely slay move. However, let's say Liz is the one that's sending this, right? So then it's looking as if it's an incoming message that was screenshotted by whoever received it from Liz. So I know I just made that way more difficult than I needed to in explaining it that way, but like that's how my brain was working. But it has been confirmed that the bedding in that photo is the bedding from the house that she lived in with McKay in Ybor. And during that time frame, the main love interest that she had, which who knows, she could have been sending nudes to a bunch of people, but the main love interest that she had at that time was Sam. And she was on again, off again with him. And I messaged him, asked him, he said, no, I had nothing to do with that. And he's apparently dating someone new and happy, and said that Liz called him a bunch of times on his birthday over the weekend and he just ignored it. But he denied it. And I wouldn't think that her ex-husband, Andrew, or Rachel Reese or anyone else would have a screenshot of a nude from that time frame. I mean, obviously, like, who knows, but I don't think they would. And I personally don't think that that's something that Sam would do. Again, who knows? I haven't dated him. She has, so clearly she knows him better than me. But I mean, I have like interviewed him for like hours and hours over the last, like multiple times over the last 6 months. And I just don't really get that vibe from him. Again, who knows? We're dealing with a lot of manipulators and sociopaths in this Lizzo sphere, if you will. However, this is Liz's reaction to that nude being commented on her video. Now, this is her initial reaction, and this was deleted.
Hi, to the weirdos that are posting my nudes, you should stop. I'm going to say that with no emotional reaction because I can't be sorry or I'm manipulating or lying about being sorry. I can't be sad about what's happening or my old actions because it is manipulation or I'm crazy. I can't get angry at what's being done to me because I deserve all of it and I'm crashing out if I have an opinion. I can't do anything correctly, sorry or not sorry, or try to make things right, then it's too late. I don't know, to be honest. But what I can say is stop talking about my children and stop posting my body that you didn't have access to in the first place. It's really weird. It's really weird. Why the do you have that on your phone? To be honest.
It's wild that she's like, I'm going to say this with no emotion, and then just like continues to speak like with like a frustrated or angry tone, which like, yeah, go for it. Absolutely. That's disgusting for even, and it was only up for, I believe, like not long because she was made aware of it. But yeah, that's horrible. I get it. That's violating. Absolutely. Like, you have every right to be mad about that. Yeah. And for anyone who's like, that's what you deserve. Ew, that's gross. That's disgusting for anyone to think that or believe that. But this reaction, I don't want to say like seems calculated, but there have been people who are like, oh, did she leak that herself? It's a weird way to phrase that. Again, I think that she's from like this initial one. I think that she was just like ready to say that it was Andrew, her ex-husband. And we'll get more into that in a minute. But also, who the f*** is talking about your kids? Again, The only time I've ever mentioned her children is when she is being a mom, which is, in my opinion, all the time. But that's the only time I've ever talked about her kids. And it's not about her kids, it's about her as a mother. There's a clear difference. However, I do think, in my opinion, of course, hey, all of these things are just my opinion unless I have like proof. But I do definitely see this as her framing this as like, they're talking about my kids, they're posting my body, they're violating me, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, Liz, it sounds like you're just like, people are just saying things that you did. Also, if you're posting your kids online and you're a serial con artist who has gone viral for that, then yeah, people are going to talk about one, you being a parent, and probably you being like you having kids or your kids and your family dynamics and lack thereof, right? So you don't want anyone to talk about your kids. Don't be a public figure and don't have your kids online. Like that's very helpful. Like people don't know anything about my kid other than the fact that he's truly a gremlin right now. These 2.5-year-old tantrums are crazy, but like, I don't post him. He's not part of my content. She has been posting her kids, and maybe she thinks like, oh, well, it's not on TikTok, it's on Instagram, but it's like, it doesn't matter. Like that's also public. What are you talking about?
And posting, I could never imagine posting another woman's naked body on the internet. Hating someone that bad that you don't know is crazy. Trust me, I got the crazy factor down, and I'm telling you it is.
Okay, so then the way she's phrasing it like that, like I could never imagine posting another woman's body on the internet makes me think that she thinks it's a woman that's doing it. But then saying like doing this to someone that you don't know and hating someone so much that you do. I don't hate Elizabeth Teckenbrock. I wish the best for her. I very much so dislike her actions and how she scammed people, but don't hate her. I don't have that, like, maybe it's the autismo, but don't have that like capability. I feel like the emotional capacity to do that. But then saying like someone you've never met, someone you don't know. So then is it your ex? Is it another woman? Is it someone who's never met you? Like, is it a troll from the internet? How did they have access to that? Because to get that screenshot that you sent to someone else and to have it like set up like that as an incoming message, wouldn't they have to get it from someone else's computer? It's very confusing.
So you should stop, because it's really, really not okay. Sorry for the crash out.
I wouldn't say that was a crash out. I would say that, I mean, if someone is posting and it's not just you, which I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying that that's something that has been floating around. But I think it's valid to crash out if people are posting your nudes. Girl, you get a pass from me for that, because that is crazy. That's uncalled for. That's disgusting. But here are some of the comments. Someone says, in some states, I think they meant in some states. In some states, it's called revenge porn, with a P though. And it's against the law because it's done online. I mean, obviously. This dummy said, this screams Rachel's minions. I'm sorry they are doing this to you. Report to police. I screenshotted that one, sent it to Rachel, and I said, girl, you got minions? Oh my God, where did they get these from? Where did they post it? What the heck? Where'd they post it? I want to see. And then her aunt said, the things they are coming up with, like you are having another baby or you got a boob job, shake my head, ridiculous. There has been a lot of speculation that Liz either got a boob job because like her boobs look bigger, and they're comparing it to videos of her wearing like a sports bra, which like in a sports bra, they're always smushed down, right? And then like pictures of her where like they look bigger, and it's like she could have just gained a little weight. She could be like taking a new medication and, fat is distributing in different parts of her body. She could be on her period. She could just be wearing a better bra. And then other people are saying like, since like one person noticed that they've just been going crazy with like, oh, she's pregnant. And I don't think she is, but I think that and who knows, she could be, but I think that she is like purposely now feeding into that and like purposely saying certain things and then acting like she's hiding her stomach, which is funny, which that type of like engagement baiting is kind of hilarious. But it's just interesting that like her ex-husband Andrew does like the same type of engagement baiting, like engaging or baiting the trolls like that. And she's like, she does it too. But anyways, so there's another person who has flip-flopped and posted some, in my opinion, some weird stuff about like theories about Liz, or I don't want to even say conspiracy theories, but just their opinions on certain things. And I don't necessarily agree with it. And then gone back and forth about things and saying that like certain people are stalking her. And I don't think that's true. However, if she believes that's true, then okay. But she posted, and this said, people have asked why I'm no longer supporting Inventing Elizabeth, which is Elizabeth Teckenbrock's ex-husband. And then the next screenshot says they post her explicit photos to shame her. And the caption says, to those of you still doing his dirty work, just know that you are not safe if you ever decide something has gone too far. You will be next on the chopping block. Andrew is an evil, desperately flawed man who will stop at nothing to destroy anyone in his path and all the people who aid in this. I hope your karma comes sooner than later. And then on that video, people are commenting and saying, and if Liz ever goes backwards, you will never find me back involved with their antics, period. Another one said, couldn't have said it better myself. Karma is coming. And then, and y'all don't dare be saying you have no proof it was us. No, y'all have already been exposed for this behavior. Attempting to bury it doesn't change the facts, and destructive reasoning and thinking critically is such a tool. Anyways, so this is like I don't want to say like the infighting side of the Lizzo sphere, if you will, but there are people who like were fans of Andrew or were supporting him and then got a bit too parasocial, in my opinion. And then I don't know, maybe he put up boundaries or something, or didn't agree with something he said or did, and then flipped over to like supporting Liz, which is crazy, which you can not like her ex-husband, Andrew. You can not like the way he does things. I've openly said before, and to him in text and on the phone, that I, don't support certain things he says, or that he shouldn't do certain things, whatever way he does. And I'm still supporting the truth. I just don't have, you don't have to support the messenger rather than, flipping over to supporting the person that has conned at this point hundreds and hundreds of people. It's the true number is wild and scary. So the thing is that one of the people who saw that nude photo commented in Liz's comment section was Rachel Reese, someone who Liz likes to paint as the villain in her story constantly, and someone who Liz has impersonated. Rachel is a criminal defense attorney, and she's on TikTok. She has a pretty big following on TikTok. It at one point was a lot bigger, and she is as well a victim of Liz. She actually just started a podcast with her sister called Purge After Listening. It's great. If you want just a brain dump, hence why it's called Purge After Listening, go ahead and go listen to that. We love to support a fellow Tampa sister podcast, because me and my sister have a comedy podcast called the Okayest Daughters podcast. You should listen to that too, but I'll have all of those linked down below. So Rachel had sent a screenshot of that picture in the comment section to a group chat that we have, and was like, holy shit, like what do we do? And I responded and I was like, I think I said something like, oh my effing God, like that's horrible. I specifically said, I wish people would not do that. Absolutely. I wish people would not do that. Again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I do not support that. It's disgusting, whatever. And Rachel said something that she actually says in another video that she posted that was very well worded. And she said, I wish that I could just, get this to someone who can get it to her, or just get it direct, just send it directly to her and be like, here, this is not okay. This needs to be deleted. Please do so. I want to make you aware of it. That's not okay. And she even said, though, she was like, but the thing that sucks, and I'm paraphrasing here, but she's like, the thing that sucks is that I know it's going to be flipped around on me somehow. And I had that thought process too. Thankfully, Rachel did get it to someone who notify someone so that it could be deleted by either one of her moderators or by Liz herself. And there were people in the comment section of Rachel's video even saying why didn't you talk to her? You have her number. And it's do y'all not realize how often Liz changes her number? Also, she has everyone blocked. So no. Also, that's not my responsibility. Hate to tell you this, but it's not. Do I not approve of it? Do I think that that sucks? Absolutely. Yes. Does that not make me a girl's girl that I didn't go very, very out of my way, move heaven and earth to try to notify her of something? No, it doesn't. It was also bedtime routine with my kid when I found out about that. And so I was a little bit preoccupied. So sorry. But I had confidence that Rachel was going to do the right thing and, somehow notify Liz of that. Now, Rachel did let me know that she did talk to Liz on the phone about it, and also urged her to file a police report and do all that. And, explaining like it is a very traceable crime. So yes, please do that. And it is very serious. And apparently Liz even said on that call, like, I know you did not do it, referring to Rachel. So why then does it seem like Liz is still alluding to or pushing that it's like Rachel or not correcting people in her comment section? There's not that many comments, girl. You can correct them when people are saying that like it was Rachel or like it was Andrew. But in my opinion, the reason why she doesn't correct that and doesn't say like, oh, it was probably actually someone I was boinking at that time when that picture was taken, right? Like the person I sent it to, which that person, Sam, has already said that it wasn't him. I texted him today and asked him for a statement. But then it could have been someone else that she was, knocking boots with at that time. Because, she's a free woman. She can do whatever she wants. But I've said many times that she makes the habit of having Rachel and Andrew be to blame for the majority of what she addresses online. Because obviously, like we said, it's more so a double life where like she'll only address like certain things online and it's just a show in real life. But in my opinion, I think she'll do this because Rachel is someone who's online and like known within this story. And then also Andrew as well. He's very loud when it comes to this story. And people who typically like Liz don't like Andrew or Rachel. So it's easy to bring them up and blame them for things rather than bringing up, other people behind the scenes that you've scammed, because then people can't, like, they don't have any feelings towards those people. Those people like don't exist to your audience, right? So those are easy people for her to blame. So I think it was like a day or two later, Liz then posted this video that we're about to watch. And it's a very different vibe than the initial response.
Hello? I'm not
wasting another second, energy, or time on this bullshit because frankly, I just don't care. But I did get a police report and I got assigned a detective, and he has all of the things, including my ex-husband sharing my naked photos online for galaxies on his live. And where was your kind warning when that was happening? Yeah, I don't buy anyone's bullshit.
You cannot bullshit.
One. Number two, I don't believe you, and I don't care. To be honest, I don't even care enough to debate with these fucking weirdos. The fact that you had my nudes, the fact you posted them, the fact that you were in my comment section moments after they posted them at 10:30 at night on a video that wasn't even from that day. You just happened to be there and waiting on an account that must not have been yours because you're blocked. And the only person that you could warn was the person that hates me and also hacks into my stuff, and that's proven before. So you couldn't have warned anyone else that I know that you contact every week, day/hour. Yeah, sounds about right. So I don't really care, to be honest. I guess you guys got what you wanted. I finally responded to you guys. The podcast didn't make me respond. The 50 videos, the being with my ex-husband and posting white trash, this videos and all kinds of other stuff, making yourself look absolutely like trailer trash. Yeah. Didn't do it for you, so you had to get the naked photos in there. I don't care. Still don't. I'm still doing better than I was. I'm still growing. I'm still being a better person than I used to be, and I don't need your permission to do that. So, yeah. Piss off, baby.
So first and foremost, it says AI generated at the bottom of the video, which is interesting. But then also, what the hell are these weird ass edits? Who made this for you? Who edited this? What is this? Very, very weird post-production choices there. A lot to go over within such short time. So she said that she filed a police report. I believe it would have to be in the jurisdiction, and I could be wrong, but I believe it would have to be in the jurisdiction that her ex-husband is in, and that would be Hillsborough County. She, I believe, is in Pinellas County. I always get that and Pasco County mixed up because they're like right above or below each other, but she's in Pinellas County. But again, like I said, I think it would have to be in Hillsborough County. Either way, police reports are public. They are public record. Anyone can request them. You can submit a Freedom of Information Act form, request, whatever, or a lot of law enforcement agencies will have their like public records search thing on their website, and you can just create an account, sign in, make that request, and then it'll usually come back to you within like a week or so. So I've requested it on the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office website. Haven't heard anything back yet. Again, literally just did it this morning. But she said that she did this like within a certain amount of time, like that turnaround time. And again, I could be wrong, but like that turnaround time seems pretty unheard of to have a detective assigned to it and to like call you back. Listen, nothing against HCSO, but like they ain't that fast. Sure as hell ain't that fast, especially with a records request. But anyways, I found that very interesting. So I requested it. I will let you know in an updated video. It is something that she has lied about before. She infamously lied about filing a police report against me. We checked. No, she had not, right? Again, that is all public information that anyone can call and say, hey, or do the thing online and request police reports. Anyone can do that. Okay. Thank you. So she has made these claims before and that's not true. So it's really, it's just like, why lie about something that is so easily checked? And people in the comment section of that video too are like, but there's literally no police report. Or, okay, but what's the report number? Like, what's the incident number? Like, come on, like provide information. And again, if by the time this video is posted, I'll check back in tomorrow about the request. And then I have Kelly, my researcher, requesting from the like neighboring county. But again, I'm pretty sure that it is with the county that he's in, if she even did this. But again, she tends to flub, to lie, to be a fibber about these types of things. For instance, right here, let's watch this part again, where she says that the detective has everything, including a video of Andrew, her ex-husband, on TikTok Live, sharing Liz's nudes for Galaxies, which if you're not aware, a TikTok on Galaxy on Live, you give like gifts and that's worth monies. Okay.
And he has all of the things, including my ex-husband sharing my naked photos online for Galaxies on his live. And where was your kind warning when that was happening?
So interesting that she censored that out, because here's the actual picture. Is this the 1800s? Are you not allowed to show your shoulders? That's not nip. That's not titty. That's just like a little like boudoir-esque photo. That's not a nude, but you just said that it was a nude. You're not naked in that. You're wearing what looks like maybe like a silk button-down white shirt. It's very much so giving like 2010, 2011 with like the saturation all the way up and the whites really whiting. The whites are at it again. But you know what you're doing showing this photo with it blurred out or censored and the real photo actually being this one. Like, come on. Why do that? Why would you do that? But also, why are you focusing on him and that picture when that's not the nude that was shared, the comment section of your video? So what are you doing? What are you doing? Now the kind warning I think is having to do with Rachel. And why would she warn you about Andrew showing a photo that you sent to a victim? You're not naked in that photo. So that doesn't matter. That's not revenge porn. That's not what that is. And we'll go over the part of the live and we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah, I don't buy anyone's bullshit.
You cannot bullshit a bullshitter.
One. Number two, I don't believe you. And I don't care, to be honest. I don't even care enough to debate with these weirdos. The fact that you had my nudes, the fact you posted them, the fact that you were in my comment section moments after they posted them at 10:30 at night on a video that wasn't even from that day. You just happened to be there and waiting on an account that must not have been yours because you're blocked. And the only person that you could warn was the person that hates me and also hacks into my stuff, and that's proven before. So you couldn't have warned anyone else that I know that you contact every week, day/hour. Yeah, sounds about right.
So
okay, so here's literally talking about Rachel saying that like she was the one who gave her a kind warning or whatever, and apparently that was like the night before, like they had talked, and then Liz posts this the next day, and the cycle be cycling, and it's just so quick, and you cannot trust anything that Liz says. Like she just goes back on whatever. It is wild. So her then saying like, why do you have my nudes on your phone? Why were you in the comments section? Why were you doing this and that? And it's like, and she's like, oh, well, it's a video that wasn't even posted that day. You post like 12 videos a day, girl. You post like 12 videos a day. And it wasn't a video that was old. It literally was a video that was posted like within that same week. And then above her, it says the size of the list of people's numbers / emails you have to contact me. So I guess she's mad that like who she decided to get the information to. I don't know, man.
I don't really care, to be honest.
I don't really care, to be honest, yet you're making a video about it. Okay.
I'm still doing better than I was. I'm still growing. I'm still being a better person than I used to be. And I don't need your permission to do that. So, yeah. Piss off, baby.
Still being a better person than I used to be. Still growing. Still doing whatever. Are you? Because you're doing the same and now you're saying that it was Rachel that posted a nude picture of you. And then you're lying about your ex-husband in this same video. And then you also tried to hack your ex's Navy Federal savings account to pay off your current boyfriend's Amex account. So are you doing better? You also lied in a live stream multiple times about me saying that I contacted people in your boyfriend's family. No, I didn't. I didn't contact anybody in his family. Nope, did not do that. That's cool. So you're still lying a lot. You've lied about the job that you do have. 100%, I don't believe that you have a job. It's sure as hell is not at the airport, like you told multiple people it was. So you're not doing better. You're just being less obvious with who you're scamming. She is infuriating. Okay, now let's see what actually transpired in Andrew's live. So from this screenshot from his live, you can see that he had a little menu that said like what he had to get as like gifts and like what he would show pictures of. So the least expensive one is a picture of Liz's grandma, which on TikTok, her AI videos are hilarious. I watched those for like 30 minutes one night and was dying laughing. Someone take that away from her. And then the next one is a post from 2021, and that was when they were together. And then after that, there's one of her new look, and then one of them together, and then pre-2021, and then a character reveal. I don't know what that means. And then the galaxy or universe, whatever, is any month plus year. So, I mean, listen, they were married. He's going to have like an archive of like pictures of her and stuff. And obviously from making his series about how he was married to a con artist, Elizabeth, he's going to have a bunch of like pictures and videos and again, a digital archive of her through the years. That's not weird. That's not weird. However, do I think that is weird, that maybe a little inappropriate or maybe not great that he like was doing this? Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think like optics wise that it makes him, of course, there's no such thing as a perfect victim, but I don't think it makes him look good in that regard, right? So he said multiple times, he's like, I am baiting the like haters, the trolls, whoever, the like super unhinged people. But I don't necessarily think that that's like the best way to go. He can make his content how he wants, obviously, but just from like a professional and like production and that type of content creator standpoint, I don't agree with that. I don't think that that's the right way to go. Again, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
It's okay. I appreciate you saying that. Okay. Okay. This one, you're gonna get this one for free. But this is like this is a thirst trap that she sent to Gary and Toby. There you go. That one's for free. See, there's not like, she's not exposed or anything.
And he said, yeah, she's not exposed or anything. And she's not. It'd be like the same thing as a picture with like a tube top on or something, or like a strapless dress, right?
Who's Gary? Jason. Gary's Jason. So there you go. That one was for free. Well, I'm in the next room. I was actually at work, but yeah. Didn't cost me $500,000, thank God. It just cost me my life, but you know.
Now, people came into one of my lives one day, like after that had happened. They're like, how could you support this? Like him showing her nudes on live, like for TikTok gifts. And it's like, I was just stunned. I was like, what the hell? I don't think he's done that. Like, please show me proof that he's done that. And so then people emailed me the live stream clips. And I was like, are you like, what are you not like, what are you seeing that I'm not? Because that's not a nude. That's not what that is. Like quite literally by definition, that is not that. For instance, if we go to the Online Sunshine State website, which is the like Florida statutes website, under the 2025 Florida statutes, we have chapter 784 and 784.049 under sexual cyber harassment. The legislature finds that a person depicted in a sexually explicit image taken with the person's consent may retain a reasonable expectation that the image will remain private despite sharing the image with another person. It is becoming common practice for persons to publish sexually explicit images of another on the internet or to disseminate such images through electronic means without the depicted person's consent, contrary to the depicted person's reasonable expectation of privacy. When such images are published on internet websites, such as TikTok Live, the images are able to be viewed indefinitely by persons worldwide and are able to be easily reproduced and shared. The publication or dissemination of such images through the use of internet websites or electronic means creates a permanent record of the depicted person's private nudity or private sexually explicit conduct. And then if we go all the way down to section D, we can see here sexually explicit image means any image depicting nudity as defined in 847.001, depicting a person engaging in sexual conduct as defined in that same one, or depicting the display of secretion on a person. So we're real heavy in the like, I don't give an F messy era. And I swear to God, we need to just add in a section of the cycle that just says blame Rachel Reese for everything, because this woman cannot catch a break. Speaking of the cycle, though, Liz has something to say about it. She clearly doesn't understand it.
Hi, so random shower / bath thought, whatever. I got sent a couple of weeks ago that I have a cycle that I go in every, like, you know, and around. And one of the things was that I was having a crash out, and that was like a couple weeks ago. So I thought at this point I had like 30 minutes before I'm supposed to delete TikTok, and then the cycle is ending. So what happens when I beat the allegations? Do I get a new printout of like a new cycle? Or like what? What's next?
What happens when you beat the allegations? What do you mean? What? Girl. Like, squeeze me? You ain't beating anything. Beating a dead horse, maybe, but that's it. Good God. Beating allegations would mean that she hasn't conned or scammed anyone. So then what the hell was that apology? That's why she deleted the apology video then. Like, what was that then? Again, definitely in the like, I don't give an F messy era of like, I'm not apologizing. I don't care. It's like, okay, we got it. You don't care, Liz. Then stop talking about it. I talk about your cons and scams and you being a horrible human because I do care about it, because I care about your victims way more than you ever will. Anyways, make sure that you listen to the Elizabeth podcast. I'm sorry that it was taken off Spotify. You can listen to it on YouTube or anywhere else that you listen to podcasts. We are trying very hard to get it put back up. It is a complete series, season 1 and season 2, and episode 5 of season 2 is the final episode of the series. We are going to be doing like a Q&A bonus episode at some point, just not right now because we are working on production for multiple projects regarding Elizabeth. So we're very excited about that. Stay tuned about that. And if you are subscribed, your butt looks so good. If you're not, you're dead to me. And I'm going to hire an Etsy witch to pee on your toothbrush. There's an easy way to avoid that if you just subscribe to my channel. And that means that you get booty compliments and an instant, non-invasive, no downtime BBL. Press subscribe, comment even, and those cheeks will be lifted. So stay assertive, stay feral, maybe delusional. Definitely stay spicy, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.